Good morning and welcome to ATI ProMedia. We are powered by advanced trading. Myself and Brady Hucker here. I'm going to go over headlines real quick and then we'll bring Brady into the show. Connor had to take the day off. He got in a little trouble. It was unbelievable what he did, but he badmouthed Purdue. And we right now, this is Connor B. I will not make fun of Purdue. And so Connor B has been sidelined for the day. We had some clients who are big Purdue fans and said, get him out of here. Actually, no, Connor's out there visiting clients just like you. Let's get into the headlines. S&P 500 all-time highs. Hey, I thought the economy was doing horrible. I thought the world was going to end. I thought this president, the president before, and the president before that ruined everything. Listen, folks, there's a lot of money out there. There are trillions and trillions of dollars of cash sitting on the sidelines waiting to be invested. Will it be into real estate? Will it be in the stock market? Will it be into bonds? Will it be into commodities? Not so sure. The funds have a lot of money invested in the short side. They're trying to cover that position a little bit every day. We sold some beans today. Great news. That has beans up. March 28th, folks, 1 week from tomorrow, March 28th, we have a USDA report. Typically, those happen on a Friday. We will be closed for Good Friday. All my Catholic friends out there during Lent, take the day off, myself included. I'll probably have meat that day, though, so don't tell anyone. I hope it's good with everyone. But Intel, speaking of stock market, Intel received $8.5 billion for a chip grant. My brother Joe, producer Joe, was talking about in Valparaiso, Indiana, we have thousands of 2023 Ford F-150s sitting sidelined. He said they need chips. America needs to get in the chip business because, as you know, a lot of these chips come from Taiwan. That's right next to China. And we're all not getting along so well over there. With that, NVIDIA announced yesterday, new AI chip 30 times faster than its predecessor. I wanted to have the number ready for you. I was watching Fox Business with Maria Bartoloma this morning, and my friend Adam Johnson. As you know, I interviewed Adam Johnson several times on Scott the Cow Guy. This guy has been bullish NVIDIA since 400. He said something interesting. Now, hold back real quick. He said, NVIDIA overvalued? He said, no, early in its career, when NVIDIA shot up to 350, it was overvalued because of its earnings. But now its earnings have massively exploded, and his new price target for NVIDIA is 1,200. Will Adam Johnson be right? I don't know. I subscribe to his newsletter. This isn't a promotion for him. It's called Bullseye Brief. I like it. Hey, we're selling subscriptions too, so whatever. If you enjoy this, you like it, subscribe. This is ATI Pro Media live at 9 a.m. Like, subscribe on the YouTube. This is free for the world, but we do have our premium content. With that, bring in the man himself, Mr. Brady Huck from Dodge City, Kansas. Switch our heads, Joe. Put me on the left, put him on the right. Watch this. Magic, and poof, there it is. Brady Huck.
Morning, Tommy G. Got a lot of headlines today. Today's news today, right?
Today's news today. Connor B sidelined for badmouthing Purdue, writing on the board. Remember that time we said Connor B's no longer on the show? And his clients are like, what happened to you? Oh, my God. We already go into comments. Why do Purdue's golf courses only have 14 holes? Because at Purdue, they never play the Final Four. Oh, my God. Ooh. Permanent suspension for Connor Bridgman, bringing in the humor from wherever he is. Folks, I'm in a good mood. Got my coffee here. Gina G's over there. Producer Joe clicking buttons. Brady Huck talking cattle. Let's get in the show.
What do we got here? Let's pop up the big report. Week away, March 28th, Tommy. We got the acreage planting intentions, and don't forget about that grain stocks report. Going to see how many bushels are left out there and how many of it's sitting in the farmer's hands too.
Yeah, both those numbers can move us, and the way they line up will be very interesting to see. Could both be a little friendly, could both be really negative. Before we filmed this, I was on with Jesse Allen, and Jesse Allen will be today's premium content. That'll be out at 4. But yesterday we had Luke Hickey. But real quick, Jesse Allen said, because Jesse talks to like the Tommies, the Bradys, the Connors. He talks to 40 of us, broker, analysts, whatever we call ourselves. And Jesse Allen, I said, Jesse, our viewers, our listeners, they want to know where the surprise could be. And he said, I'm just going to be honest with you. Last year, we had a nice fall. We got a lot of field work done. And I think the surprise could be more corn acres. That we had that little burst of nice weather a few weeks ago in the Midwest. And the American farmer loves to plant corn. So if we had a really big corn number, that could that could really hurt the corn market for multiple years. And if we're wrong, then let's just say we all went to Home Depot. We thought there's a big storm coming. We bought the wood boards for our windows, and the storm went by. We just take the wood boards off, right? And those wood boards are some combination of a sale with a call, a put option, some strategy to take risk off, yet keep upside open. Of course, if someone wants to call us or do it yourself, you don't need a broker to do this. You could do it on your own, or you could use another broker at another firm. We don't care. We want you to go through this report. This should not be a deal changer for you and your family farm. Correct, Mr. Huck?
Absolutely. Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. Great opportunity they can be scary going into them, right? And we know that they have a history of moving the market. Yeah. We want to be in a position where if it goes up, we benefit, right?
Yeah, we all want to be high fives going into Easter and whatnot. We had exports today. It looks like we sold some beans. That's great. That's affecting the bean market, and we'll take it. We'll get in the charts in a little bit. S&P 500 hit all-time highs. Great. For all of you who have a 401k, this is good. For those of you who own land, there's outside money who's still going to be buying. I feel, Brady, that the stock market affects the cattle market. What do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, indications of the health of the consumer, more money in people's pockets. You got the 401ks going up, your investments going up. Maybe you can buy more steaks and filet mignon.
Oh man, and chicken. Hey, you know what we need to do on ATI Pro Media Premium? We need to get some dairy folks out there. If you're out there watching and you're involved in dairy and you'd like to be on a premium edition, call us, email us. We need to get some chicken folks, some turkey folks. It's not like I don't hang out with the chicken people, but they're very important because I love chicken. I love all protein. Heck, look at me. Do I look like I'm starving myself? All right. With
But all
that,
the meats matter. All the meats matter, Tommy
all
G.
meats matter is right. Intel received 8.5 billion grant. Of course, we knew that a few weeks ago because every congressman and senator was buying technology stocks. So just follow the money. When you see an announcement that someone in DC bought the chip sector, wait for a big announcement a few weeks later. Can't believe that they allow them to do that, but they do. And that's a reason why people run for politics. Here we're just running for our lives here on the live stream. Um, NVIDIA, unbelievable. Google it, look at it. NVIDIA on
Impressive.
fire. I really like the way Adam Johnson worded that. I'd love to get Adam on the show sometimes, but Adam Johnson from Bullseye Brief said NVIDIA is not overvalued. This is his opinion, not mine. He is bullish NVIDIA up to 1,200. He said there will be vicious pullbacks. Those are buying opportunities. There's never been anything like this. Also, to keep it fair and balanced, because compliance likes that, the gentleman sitting next to him said he thought it was an absolute sale, a short, and that he wanted to sell that stock. Mr. Huck, I understand on Friday you'll be doing premium content. Let's talk about premium content a little bit, producer Joe. Tell everyone what we have. 3, 2, 1. There he goes. Roll the tape. He's looking for the button. Welcome to ATI Pro Media, powered by Advanced Trading. We're a financial channel that loves agriculture. For just $1 a day, you'll receive advanced trading research, actionable text, and a minimum of 6 videos a week featuring industry experts and insight. Click the button below to subscribe today. Well, that is ATI Pro Media Premium Edition. We are the free edition. And for $1 a day, you will get 6 videos per week. I've been saying 6 videos per day. That'd be a lot of videos. Yesterday, Joe, I think you can load it up. We had Mr. Luke Hickey. Luke Hickey and Tom Grisafi talked about the 28th report. And what we talked about is Luke brought a couple slides. And he talked about historically that how much we've moved up or down in both months, both front month and it'd be front month and May corn, Dece corn, May beans, no beans on this report. Historically, we could really move on this report. Both could go up, both could go down. One could go down big, one could go up. Wheat could be flying around, could be nuts. But overall, Brady, what we do know, these are some things we do know based on spreads and cash markets, is that we're not running out of corn, wheat, and beans. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. We got stocks on hand, and yeah, are we gonna big question is, are we gonna produce it going forward, right? And how much are we gonna use?
Yeah.
Tommy, I got a question for you on
Oh
the
boy,
premium
you
content.
know if you don't, you
Pop,
can't ask me a question out of
pop
nowhere.
quiz,
This is
Tommy.
live TV. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
pop quiz. So premium content, how many repeat guests have you had? I've noticed this with the last couple of weeks you've been doing this. You've got great diverse set of guests that are coming on and keeping a fresh perspective. We haven't had kind of a repeat. Jesse's probably our first repeat guest on the show, isn't he?
Yeah. And right now it's spring break, so a lot of our normal guests are traveling with kids and everything else. So the way ATI Pro Media Premium works is we had a built-in powerful group. That would be ATI employee owners. We have about 12 of those people. So figure there's 12 in-houses. Those are the Brady, Tommy, Connors, Tony Dunkers, Drew Morris, Luke Hickeys, Cesars, Brian Bastine, Michael Reginelli from the commercial department, Nate Duraco, Kurt Struber. Then we have 24 outside contributors, and I'm building that list daily. We have weather people. We have Scott the Cow Guy. We have Jesse Allen. We're going out to DC and getting some political people. We're also going to we have a land specialist coming in. We have a tax specialist. So we're going to be hitting that premium content every day. We're not just going to release 6 videos a week. We'll get up to more. Like Friday might be a double show where Brady Huck comes out and talks about the cattle report. I may come out and say something earlier and do a quick clip with someone else. So overall, to answer your question, 12 in-house, 24 outside contributors. Everyone has wanted to participate. Of course, we're looking for more people. We need a dairy person. We need a chicken person. We're looking to do and deliver today's news today. I notice, Brady, when I watch the shows, any show, a lot of shows, they're always talking about what happened yesterday.
Yes.
And by doing a live stream and having 250 people watch, I can literally look over the TV and say, hey, the Dow Jones is down 3. This is that. This is that. We had exports. It's scary to do live TV, but not when you have a face for radio like you and I. So we just plow through it, brother. And people are watching, liking, subscribing. Give that a click, and we enjoy it.
That's one thing I've loved about the premium content that's been out so far is just the fresh faces and the fresh perspectives that keep coming out there, and more of it to come.
Yeah, thank you. And in the beginning, we're leaning on people we're comfortable with. So one funny thing about Jesse Allen, I'll tell you, when we first interviewed him 3 weeks ago, he was uncomfortable. He said, I interview 7 people a day. I don't get interviewed. I said, well, on this show, you're getting interviewed. And so Jesse Allen today was a much different Jesse Allen from 3-4 weeks ago. He's one of the best in the business, and one of the by far will be the best in the next few years as the older generation retires. Max Armstrong and Orion Samuelson.
Of course, if you guys like butter coming off, right?
Oh, yeah. And Jesse, actually, he's on Spotify. God, I feel like this is a Jesse infomercial, but you can check him out on Market Talk. That's his YouTube page. Click like and subscribe that. And AOA, he does that show. And he had some really cool things. If you catch a show today, he's going to be talking about labor policy. I've also talked to other friends in the industry about doing this. And I got to tell you, they're not building new network TV stations. You're not going to go to somewhere and be like, oh, see that big building over there? That's going to be a new station. No, that's a server. That's a rack of servers. You have no clue where I'm at right now. And we are going live in front of 270 people. And this is the future, folks. You can see it with Tucker Carlson. You can see it with Dan Bongino. You can see it with Como. And all these people got fired, right? Como fired from CNN. Tucker Carlson fired from Fox News. And they're like, hell with it. I'm going to go set up my own show. And that's where we got the motivation to do this. Great question. I feel like we just ran a commercial. Let's run some charts, and then we'll get into some statistics about cattle. And then we'll go on with our day. Want to bring up the charts?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm working on a minimum screens here. What do we have here? This is May soybeans. Want to talk about a little bit what's going on here with May soybeans, Brady Huck?
Yeah, look at that chart. We got a nice bounce here. Cross above there's a 20-day moving average, the red line, and the green line is the 50-day moving average. Great to see this recovery, potentially some opportunity there. Will beans cross and close above the $12 mark? That would be, that'd be
let me pull that up right here. What Brady Huck's talking about. No beans. See that little green line right there, approaching the $12 mark.
Great opportunity to come see that. And I think we're at the 38% retracement of that sell-off, from that high there down to the low. I think we've retraced 38% of that move. Those are Fibonacci retracements that a lot of people, a lot of technicians watch, and they get hit. So
Fibonacci, one of my Italian relatives. We'll have to one day do a special about who was Fibonacci and what he did. Okay, real quick, let's go backwards, move into corn. Corn not doing as well. Corn flirting with that 20 and moving away from that 50. That could be a little problem there. Definitely could be
kind of fluttering here, right? Maybe pre-report positioning ahead of that, planning intentions report next week. A lot of chopping around as we wait for these new numbers and new info.
Yeah, better chart on D's 24 corn. We did touch the green line, the 50-day moving average. Going real quick back mentally, I want to remember that yesterday, if May corn would have crossed 444, which we're moving away from, but there's some folks who think there could be some really big buy stops. So first time up to 444, call it resistance, 444.45. But if we get above this, you will cross into what people would say is that the trend changed. We're above the 20, we're above the 50, the 50, and
The
then we got to put the 100 up there. Boy, if we start crossing
Yeah.
over the 100 right as we come into planting and farmers don't have the ability to deliver that grain just in time on quick shift, we could see a hot cash market. Even though we're not running out of grain, we may see a quick shift. Breaking it down for wheat, we won't pull up the chart, but wheat across the board down 11 to 10. I want to pull up meats real quick. Would you like live cattle or feeder cattle or both?
Let's do feeders. Yeah, feeders. That'd
Feeders
be great.
are the
Yeah.
leaders. April feeders. When you look at this, what do you see, Mr. Huck?
Nice recovery, a lot of chop. Is it a bull flag? We see what we want to see there. Longer term, big run up, nice little flag pattern there. Pullback correction. Are we locking and loading, ready to rip higher when we get into green grass and grilling season, or will we run into some consumer resistance if the price gets too high? Those are things that concern me, but still hanging above the 20-day moving average. Got to keep those below us at this point. If we break below those, that gets me nervous and scared.
August live cattle, sir.
August live cattle. The thing with the fall months is the premium built. We're on live cattle. Yeah, it's a very similar story. Pushing a little bit higher. We've got a lot of supply up front, and I think as you get deeper into August, October, December, that supply is going to continue to tighten. What are kills going to be like? Are we going from 5 days to 4 days? Who's going to be the first to drop down to 4 days? We're not at 6-day kills like we were a year or two ago, but who's going to go to 4 first, and how much are we killing at that point? Because the numbers aren't going to be there. And we're bringing a couple more plants on board, Tommy. Those plants that when we had limited kill space 2-3 years ago, and we wanted to build these new plants, they're going to be coming online here at a time when we got the fewest cattle on feed in years. Interesting timing of it all.
Speaking of cattle, it's not often you be on a live show with 315 people watching and give another broker, another firm a shout out. But our mutual friend, Chris Swift from Swift Trading, every day that I'm down at RFD filming, he takes me out to lunch. Sometimes I buy, sometimes he buys. He drives me back to my hotel and he educates me for an hour, hour and a half about the cattle market, the history of how he got in the futures and options, how things have changed, and different things he's doing. And boy, nice guy. He said, "Here, I want to put you on our premium platform." Chris is sending me his stuff, and he's just trying to educate people, and I respect that because Brady, Advanced Trading is not the only brokerage firm out there, and you don't need a broker to do futures and options. But you do need a crop insurance license to do LRP. Joe, roll that tape of LRP and what Mr. Huck can do for people out there, and Tony Dunker. But they are registered LRP agents and do sell that in many states. Look at these states light up. Congratulations to Brady Huck, Tony Dunker, registered LRP agents at Advanced Trading. That's fun stuff. But Chris Swift's been really good. Bring up your power deck, and then we got a bunch of questions. Doggone it, I told you we had nothing to talk about today.
We're
going 20 minutes.
Oh my.
I said,
Okay.
I can't do it without Connor B, my little buddy, and here we are going. The stage is yours, Mr. Huck.
You bet. Oh, well, Tommy, we got a cattle on feed report Friday. Placements in January were really light. We're looking for a rebound here in February. That's going to be a big number to watch going into that report. We don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it, but here's the numbers, and we'll see what we see here on Friday. But a big report. If you got questions on it, are worried about your downside risk, give us a call, and might be a good time to be looking at doing something if you're light. Thing to keep in mind here, I got 3 little graphics that are kind of interesting graphics. February, the number of cattle on feed, 120 days or more. Remember those September and October placements? We had hot placements in September and October. The number of cattle on feed, 120 days or more in February, was up 6% versus a year ago. So we're really front loaded. Weekly kill, we're running light on kills. What does that equal? Weights going up. Counter seasonally, weights are increasing. We're producing more beef with less animals as we go here. So a couple points here. We'll have a post report cattle on feed after that report on Friday.
It's going to come out late. Our normal premium content comes out at 4, but you have traveling and a meeting and we're going to get that out later that evening. And the market at that point, the markets are closed. We need to digest it, but there is still time. I know this sounds like an infomercial, but I find this wild. After that report, they can still do LRP until what time on Saturday morning? This feels like this is a pure Pelosi trade if I've ever seen one. Go ahead, Nancy. Explain what you can do there.
It's wild, and it's actually, I learned yesterday that it's going to change going forward, Tommy.
Oh, but
Which
wait,
is
there's
big.
more.
This is surprise, hot
Okay.
off the press
I
news.
didn't know this.
Yes, had a meeting with our insurance group yesterday, and the potential changes on the docket are for that to go away beginning July. So we've got a few more reports where you can watch the report and see the see what gets printed, and then buy the coverage until 8:25 a.m. the next day. But going forward, like in dairy that it is right now, there's no LRP on big report days. Cold storage report, cattle on feed report. This is hot off the press, guys. Hot off the press.
All right, we'll break that down. We got a lot of questions, comments. Connor B. The guy said he couldn't be on the show, but yeah, he's got time to type in stuff. Bear market rally in corn currently, or is the path back to $6 corn? Hey, Farmer Brad, I don't know what you're smoking, but I'll have some $6 corn. Send it my way. $6 corn would be great, but I tell you what, if we were to go to $6 corn, which the options market doesn't think we're going to do that. So, Brett, if you think corn's going to $6, I can give you several examples of how to capitalize on that more than adding a question to a live stream like this. But if we went to $6 corn, you would just allow the rest of the world to get into our business. And unfortunately, or fortunately, when times get tough, it gets the weak, inefficient producer out of our business. So be the best producer in the world, understand and think you're going to produce the biggest bushels, protect these levels, set those floors, but keep that upside open. Of course, we got a guy who knows how to do that. Next question. I'll let you grab this one.
What do we got here? Brady had grilling segment in the works. Oh, yeah, I think that sounds great. We've had some beautiful days here in Kansas. Let's pop open the Traeger, the Yoder smoker, and have a little grilling session.
Oh, I could see some burgers, beer, and bourbon with Brady Huck special segment. Yeah, that is a definite go. One more question, we'll get out of here. Of course, my good friend Cesar Delgado. Good morning, you guys. That's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, we love Cesar. He's wonderful. I give him a big shout out on RFD TV. Cesar said, "Can you mention me on RFD TV?" I said, "Can I mention you? I'm the host of the show. I can do whatever the hell I want. It's live. They can't stop me," which is scary in itself, Mr. Huck. All right. Fleshy, Pelosi trade, if I've ever seen one. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Fleshy. I like that. Thanks for watching. And there is some incredible things happening. With that, this is the longest we've ever went. I told you 5 minutes before the show started. Let's keep it short. 9 minutes at 9. We're at 24 minutes. 350 people watching. One more time, folks. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, if you have an extra dollar to spare, listen, some of you chew tobacco. Those are $9, $10 for a little thing of chew. If you like this and you want the next level of this, subscribe to premium content. And with that, I think my wife, Gina G, has something to say. How do people get a hold of us, Brady, as I find the final button?
Yep. Give us a call, 855-737-FARM, or shoot us an email at info@ATIProMedia.com. Got questions on these markets? Don't hesitate to give us a call.
Brady Huck, Dodge City, Kansas. Tom Grisafi at a remote location undisclosed. I'm Bullish Agriculture, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.